Welcome back to Goats of Wrath, episode 32, I believe we're on now. Yes, let's pick up right where we left off, considering we left on rather an interesting cliffhanger last time. Previously, you were continuing your trek through the Undercity of Cleric Grungon, having made it to the vast chamber known as the Smith's Forum, within which were a group of more elementals, armed and armoured with dwarven weaponry and armour. You brought the fight to them, doing relatively well, but also managed to awaken the 2 platinum golems that defended the sanctuary, before Thrungi and Hordmere could use their dwarven nature to hold back the golems. They once again managed to knock Nyah unconscious, as is the trend. But you did manage to stop them from going full TPK on the rest of the party. After a moment to patch yourselves up, you investigated some of the offshoot rooms. You found the smelting room and the entrance to the mines, where you met a unique elemental that didn't really line up to any knowledge any of you had previously, and quickly dealt with it. And then circled back, you managed to get into the temple that was attached to the Smith's Forum, being hit by yet another activated trap system. Exploring within, you found a small group of dwarves had died of seemingly starvation, having sealed themselves in to protect a number of artifacts and other information. You then, through excellent stone knowledge from Thrungi, managed to find the secret priest entrance that led to the Elemental Nexus, the beating heart of the Faendal Forge. A cramped corridor led to a preparation chamber, which turned out to be a lethal trap for the improperly prepared. Whether by luck, judgment, or intentional design, fortunately only the tankiest of tanks was caught within it, who managed to survive just long enough for Rambear and Nyah, through a combination of abilities, to acquire the necessary artifact to unlock the room and deactivate the trap. A smart use of transmute rock managed to save Thrungi from any further burning, and you healed him up a little bit before Hordmere, now in possession of the amulet of the High Priest, opened the final door to reveal an elemental hellstorm of a room and 2 large lava elementals roaring in defiance in your direction. That is where we're going to pick up, as I need all of you to roll initiative. 25 to 20.
20.
22.
21.
Okay, nice rolling. 20 to 15.
9. There's only left.
Fair enough. You've got a pretty high dex, haven't you?
3.
Yeah. Cool. Well, standing as we left it last time, the first to be entering through the door was going to be Balthazar, who does currently block the way, as it's only a short wide door. But first up is Thrungi. Hordmere is still inside the room. All of you are in the preparation chamber. What do you want to do?
Can I stick my head and look between the Balthazar's armpit and see what I see?
Yeah, you can. Roll me a perception check. No action needed for this, but just so you roll.
You can move through allies' spaces, can't you?
Yeah, you can. It does take an extra 5 feet of movement to do it, but you can.
11.
11. Easily see. What you can see, as I reveal the fog of war on this map, is a circular room bedecked in runes, all going on to varying levels of brightness and intensity. In the center of the room is a howling gale of elemental energy. You can see fire, lightning, wind, dust, rocks spinning around. This is clearly the Elemental Nexus, and it is clearly very unstable. The room itself is cracked with lava and motes of lightning throughout. But what really draws your attention are the two large 10, 12 foot tall lava creatures that dominate the room, and kind of bursting from their back are 4 in total magma mephits.
Okay.
You are entering from the left-hand side.
Okay, I'm going to squeeze past. So where are we coming in?
From the left-hand side.
Okay. So can I go there, or am I coming in from down here?
Yeah, you can go there.
So I'm coming in from there. I'm not coming in from here.
Yeah, you're coming in from 9 o'clock, essentially. The door is between the two spaces, essentially, so you have to essentially move into one.
Okay.
That will have taken you 15 feet of movement to get to that spot.
Including the 5 foot to move through Balthazar, yeah?
Correct, because I'm assuming you would have been directly behind Balthazar in the line, considering you are a frontliner.
Oh, that's okay, because I can just do to there.
Yep.
And I'm going to rage, and then I'm going to hit this guy in the face with Blood Gorger.
Go for it.
I am going to Reckless.
Of course you are.
For, it's not great, it is a total of 19.
19 does hit.
Right. 12. 12. 7 plus 14, 17 points of damage for the first one.
Yep.
That's a natural 17 on the die plus 12.
Nice.
For 21 points of damage.
For 21 points of damage. Your first attack digs in and creates a crack in their hard skin, so you bury your axe into that, dealing another chunk of damage. In doing so, from that spurt of lava, another mephit spawns out.
And you fuck. And that's it.
And that is your turn. Next up, Rambear.
So, Rambear doesn't like the look of this room, to be honest. Speaking candidly. So immediately, Rambear's gonna cast the Spirit Totem of the room. Yeah, fair time. 18 temporary hit points to everybody. Advantage on strength checks and saves.
Where are you putting it?
Yeah, I think at the centre of the room is fine.
Centre of the room?
Foot.
It's a 30-foot radius, yeah? Cool!
It's
whole room.
fills the room, right?
Not gonna bother putting it on the map.
Yeah, exactly. God, we are low on spell slots. Cool though.
Yep.
Cool.
Cool.
Yeah, we're still gonna do it. So draw here. You see my ruler if I have a ruler?
I cannot see it. Oh, I can see your dot, but I can't see your ruler. What are you trying to do?
I want to cast Moonbeam.
Is it a bonus action to do your Spirit Totem?
Spirit Totem's bonus action.
I should know that by now.
Should know that by now.
Cool. Yeah, where do you want to put
Wait,
Moonbeam?
only bonus actions. Can you see my square? See that? Oh.
I can see you moving a method.
Oh, okay. Between that method and the lava creature next to it.
So here.
5 foot. Yeah, if I can get both, I forget
It's a 5 foot radius. That's a 5 foot radius. You can get all 3 of them.
Yeah.
No, you can't get the top
yeah.
method doing that. You've got to have more than just a touch. But
What?
You can get the
have,
lava.
like,
You can
you
get the
take
big
a
creature
third.
and a mephit.
All right. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's
Both
what I was
of
going
them
for
need
anyway.
to make Constitution saves.
Please.
The lava elemental. That's 10.
Ew.
And the mephit is an 8. Both rolled the same number.
Ew.
Give me the damage.
God. I've rolled 3 1s and a 4 for 7 damage.
7 points of damage.
It's a waste of a... No.
Cool. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, the corridor leading here, is it like super duper narrow?
So you're still directly in the chamber, essentially. The preparation chamber, which is 20 foot wide. And the doorway literally opens directly into this room. There's no corridor between the two.
And I move a little bit out of the way so other people can stand in the door.
Cool. You're 1, you're 2. There we go. After Rambear's turn, Nyah, you're up.
I will make my way through the door.
Cool. So, but it's where, 10, 15, 20. You've got 10 feet of movement once you get there. Or there, depending on where you want to enter.
I will go up next to Thrungi, because I'm tired of these elementals. I'm hoping that if we, like, gang up on them, like, team up, maybe we'll get through them faster. I don't know. Maybe we won't die.
Oh, I haven't rolled Horde in his initiative. That's fine, he rolled a 2.
And I will attack my sword.
Go for it. Make me some attack rolls.
That's a 17 to hit.
Hits. They're big old creatures. They're not hard to miss.
Well, that is 9 slashing plus 3 radiant.
12 total.
And I will swing again for a 30 to hit.
Sure.
And that is 7 slashing plus 5 radiant.
12. Another 12.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. 2. No additional methods spawn out of those attacks. You are not quite meeting the necessary threshold to spawn a new method. As you cut through, taking large chunks of like sloughs of lava come off the creature as you carve into it. End of your turn?
Yeah.
It is now that elemental's turn. At the top of its turn, you see a spark of lightning and a gout of lava from the elemental nexus in the center reach out onto this creature and begin to bind up some of its wounds as it regains a few hit points.
It takes...
At the top of its turn, yep. How much?
7.
7. Thank you.
Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Ah. Okay.
Cool. It is now its turn. It is going to make a slam attack against each of you. Thrungi, did you go reckless or not? Against Thrungi, I'm now getting a bit of feedback from you at the moment. 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Interesting. Okay.
Ooh, you're very clear now.
Yeah, that's because it's now actually using the Razer microphone.
Ah, there you go. Not a lot of damage though. Did you rage going through this? I don't remember you saying you rage, but I'm assuming you did. That's fine. 8 points of bludgeoning damage, half to 4.
Yeah.
And only 4 points of fire damage, quartered to... No, well, halved to 2, because I don't know why I was scoring. And
take it.
you light on fire. You can
He's lit.
use an action... Just so you know, you can use an action to douse yourself, or you continue to take fire damage, or, you know, some other smart play by anyone else. Against Nyah... That was so nearly a nat 20 against Nyah, but it is only a 13. It like rocked 820. But that is its turn. Yeah. He's going to stay there. Oh, actually, at the top of his turn, it's in the Moonbeam. It fails, so do you want to roll Radiant damage? And it's realised it doesn't like being in the Moonbeam, so it is going to use... No, it's a condensed room. There's no point of it running away, because you'll just catch up to it. It's quite dumb.
21.
21? Jeez! This thing is very badly damaged. But it is now the Mephit's turns, and they are going to congregate about you.
Does that one take damage as well?
2 of them will take damage, and I'll roll their saves now. Failure. And I think an 11 fails as well, so do you want to roll for those 2, Ed? It's Mephit 1 and 2.
Another 21.
One of them just vaporizes before they get to do anything. Bye-bye. But one of them does still get to Thrungi, and this one will also fly over to Nyah. 2 of them are getting flanking, 2 of them aren't. The 2 on Thrungi, they are just going to make... oh no. How mean are they? Right, the one which has... the 2 that have advantage against you, Thrungi, are just going to make claw attacks against you.
Yep.
First one is a 17 to hit.
Nope.
Second one is a natural 19.
Yeah, that'll hit.
You take 4 points of slashing damage, half to 2. And 4 points of fire damage, half to 2.
Alright.
That's the 2 that are attacking you. Now, the one that has advantage on Nyah is going to make claw attacks against Nyah. Because you're flanking. Won't hit with a 15. And then Mephit number 3 is going to use its Fire Breath in a 15-foot cone to hit both of you. Can you both make me dexterity saving throws, please?
Yep. Thrungi, remember you get +3.
Cool.
25.
21.
Cool. You both take 3 points of fire damage. Thrungi, that's half to 1. Mephits aren't dangerous, really. End of the Mephit's turn. Balthazar.
Cool. I'm going to use my Divine Dew feature, which I barely ever use, on Nyah to give you 16 temporary hit points. But because you get temporary hit points from me, you get resistance to acid and fire damage until they're gone. So
That is very good.
That is
that might
a
help.
play. Nice
Wait,
job.
how many temp hit points is that?
16.
16. Thank you.
And then I'm just gonna cast Ray of Frost at the big dude that they're fighting. Try and kill it quickly.
Go for it. Make me an attack roll.
Where is it? +11. 18 hit.
18 does hit.
Oh my god. 4 cold damage. From 3d8.
Kind of cracks up part of the rock, but it doesn't seem additionally affected by it. End of your turn?
I will step out the doorway so I don't cause
Cool.
like
You're just
back into the
using
preparation
cover
room.
and
Yeah.
then... I gotcha. It is now the other elementals. When you say you stepped out the doorway, you still within 5 feet of the doorway?
Yeah, just like around the corner basically. Leaning against the door if I can, you know, using it as cover. Just out of like the main passageway so I'm not blocking anyone else.
Okay. This one is simplistic and dumb. It's gonna move to here to really get flanking.
Oh, isn't that a happy place to be?
Think what's around it.
going to use confident there. It is going to use Molten Gaze on you, Balthazar.
Okay.
What's your armor class?
19.
19. That is a 19 to hit.
Okay.
As it like looks at you and gouts of lava burst forth from its eyes. And
Eesh.
He has heat vision.
6, 12, 18. You take 22 points of fire damage, half to 11. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
13.
13. Let me look at your character sheet a second. What items do you have on you, Balthazar?
Oh, come on.
That aren't magical.
Capelet. Not much, just general junk.
Okay.
Like cloak, quarterstaff.
Out of... I could be really mean, but I'm not going to do that. I'll tell you what. Roll me a dexterity saving throw and don't roll a 1.
Well, now you've said
That's
that.
26.
That's fine. If you roll the 1, you're going to lose your holy symbol. But instead, underneath this gaze, as everything kind of heats up on your body, your non-magical scimitar that you have in your possession literally just turns to molten metal and drips down your leg onto the floor. It is destroyed.
Ooh. Fuck.
That is the end of its turn. It is now Hordmir's turn. He is going to shout at you, Balthazar. We need to get these into the floor, damn it! And he throws you 2 of the rivet spikes that he has.
Okay.
He still has 2 more that will need to be hammered in at some point. But he had planned on handing it to the strong people, but they ran in before he got a chance to act. So, that is his turn. As an action, he is going to cast Sanctuary on himself. So, there's that.
When does Sanctuary last?
Pardon?
When does Sanctuary last?
Sanctuary lasts 10 minutes, I think.
Okay. Hasn't still got it up then.
It's a good question. It might be up. One minute. Yeah. So he recasts it to make sure he isn't hit, and then steps back and then pulls out the book just to start preparing what he needs to read out. That is the end of his turn. Back to Thrungi at the top. You are completely surrounded. What do you want to do?
How much fire damage do I take?
Oh, yeah. Great. 9
He's on
half to
fire.
4. Then I'm going to hit it in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Rekos.
Yep.
For 19 plus 12.
That
I think it.
hits.
And I'm going to pump a hit die in as well.
Gotcha.
You said it was looking a bit banged up.
It is looking very banged up.
For 34 points of damage.
Okay, as it dies, it does spawn another Mephit, but it does die.
I couldn't really roll much more damage.
Yeah, you did kind
Any
of
damage.
max out. How do you want to kill it? Spawn.
I'm literally just going to carve through the middle. My picturing was that I was going to swing the axe so it carves through, and then extend the chain as I go into a second attack on the other big one.
Okay.
For 29 to hit.
That hits.
And that time it's just 12 points of damage.
Gotcha. Cool. End of your turn?
Yep.
Rambear. Now you're on deck.
Right. Can I move Moonbeam first?
You can. Where do you want to move it to? I have to essentially erase it and redraw it, but yeah.
Yeah, apologies.
That's fine.
Need to get to the cardinal points in this room, correct? That's the
Yes.
divots. Right. One's fairly easy to get to, except there's a massive creature on it.
Raven Moonbeam.
But I think Thrungi and I can deal with that. So we're going for 5 and 6.
Okay.
Now getting Thrungi.
Gotcha. So 5-foot radius without hitting Thrungi. Cool. They'll both make con saves.
I think it's
Both fail.
on their turn now. Oh. I hate Moonbeam
I think
sometimes.
it specifically says when they enter it for the first time on a turn, if I remember correctly. And it is technically your
Yeah.
turn.
I love you as a DM.
First time on a turn.
Nice.
Yep.
Lot of ravages. They both fail, you say?
Yeah.
There's 24 points of radiant damage.
There. Let's raise you.
But I'm pretty happy to be back here. Yell out a little super helpful healing word at Thrungi for like, I don't know, 1d4 of healing.
Okay. Nyah, your turn.
I'm gonna attack number 3 because
Yep.
I feel like it's glaring at me. I
Go
just
for it.
don't vibe with it.
Thank you.
31 to hit,
Yeah.
and that is. What did that do to? Oh, because it was a nat 20.
Nice.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to roll the numbers, you can, but with a crit, you're gonna kill it.
Awesome then, because it glared at me, I glare back, and then I just drive the sword right through its chest, and then I kick it as I pull the sword out, hopefully making it as painful as possible.
Yeah, you kick it back into the rift as it just disintegrates. You got your
And
second
then I'll
attack.
turn, and I'll glare at number 4,
Go for it.
and that is a 21 to hit,
Yeah, hits.
and that is 8 slashing / piercing, and 2 radiant.
Nice. This one manages to only get slightly clipped as you hit it, so it manages to stay alive compared to the demolishing of the other one. On initiative, count 20. Roaring from the heart of the elemental fire. Another elemental of lava is drawn into the fray. Drawn to the seeming conflagration that comes with it. And bursting from its back is another method. Cool. This is method 7. It needs to roll initiative. Coming in there. Cool. It is now the still standing original Cinder Elemental turn. Seeing that you, Thrungi, destroyed its compatriot, essentially, it is going to, first of all, use its molten form to move to here, with both of you in its space.
Oh, fuck you.
You each take 9 points of fire damage. For Thrungi, for both of you, that's halved actually because of Divine Dew, so 4. And I need you both to make strength saving throws, please.
I think they're at advantage because of the totem.
I have advantage because I'm raging too.
Very low
20
chance that either of you are going to fail then.
Oh, great. Oh, no. No, that's okay. 23.
23. Yes, you're both fine. You can feel like its form attempt to just suck you into it and try and restrain you, but you manage to shrug out of it. Yeah. But then it is going to make 2 slam attacks against you, Thrungi, because you took down one of the beasts. First attack's going to miss. Second attack is a 23. 12 points of bludgeoning damage, half to 6. And 1 point of fire damage. It's not a very fiery elemental, this one. Actually, at the start of its turn, it got regened by the Elemental Nexus.
And took
Yep.
6 necrotic damage.
6 necrotic damage. Gotcha. That is the end of its turn. It is now the Mephit's turns. Seeing that you're kind of encased, these Mephits are going to fly out towards the other room. I would say each of you can make attacks of opportunity at disadvantage, just because you're currently inside of another creature.
Okay, so mine is just flat.
Can you reckless? Is fairly sure you can't reckless as a reaction.
Giving you advantage made during this turn.
You're not on your turn now.
Alright.
Turn and rounds. So yeah, you can take Nyah if you want. You can make an attack of opportunity at disadvantage.
Yeah. Mine was 23 at disadvantage.
That hits.
Mine was 14.
Ooh, that's close. No, that does hit. That does hit.
It is 13 plus
20 points of damage.
2. 15.
15. Ooh. Bryn, Thrungi, you, as it begins to flee away, you essentially just like throw your axe out of the creature and it gets bisected. Almost accidentally, as you're like trying to get out of the elemental, you just manage to cut this Mephit. The other one does make it out just. Does it recharge its breath? It does not, so it's going to make a claw attack against Balthazar, because that's who it could see. That is a 19 to hit you, Balthazar.
That does hit.
You take 4 points of slashing damage and 1 point of fire damage.
Okay.
Yep. Thrungi and Nyah, you've actually got to take some fire damage. You're going to make the dexterity saves from the Mephits exploding, but so I'm just going to halve all of these. Thrungi, take 2 points of fire damage, half to 1. Nyah, you took down 2 Mephits, so that's 1 point of fire damage for all of the saves, and another 1. Because you're both resistant, I'm assuming you make the dex saves. Mephits don't do a lot. End of the Mephit's turn. Balthazar, you have a Mephit in front of you.
I'm going to ignore this one. Key point, step of the wind to disengage and run into the room.
Cool.
Try and plant these spikes.
Where are you heading?
Let's go south first. I don't know how you want to run planting the spikes. Kind of
How are
action,
you trying to hammer it into the ground?
Do they need to be in very deep? What's the floor made of?
The floor is made of stone, but it is also quite heavily cracked from the energy that's been unleashed into this room.
Can I just sort of find a crack and try and jam it in?
Yep, sure. Make me an athletics check.
Eesh, that's a nat one.
You have advantage because Spirit Totem is strength checks as well.
Okay.
It's a strength check, so you have advantage.
Roll that again. That's a 2.
You slam it down and just like clang, it like bounces off the metal. And you felt that in your bone a little bit. That's your action and bonus action.
Yep.
That's everything. Cool. You have 2 of them on your person. It is now Cinder 1's turn. He's dead. Cinder 3's turn. He has only a 20-foot movement speed, but he has a 40-foot burrow speed, which means he's gonna burrow underneath the floor and come up to Balthazar. Because he can see that the other two are being dealt with, essentially. And is going to make 2 slam attacks against you. Only one will hit with a 19, the other one was a 13. You take 10 bludgeoning damage, and 9 fire damage halved to 4. And you are on fire.
Okay.
That's that. Hordemir's turn. He has Sanctuary on himself, but he's not going to risk it with the Mephit there. He's going to step back, trying to stay alive, and go, Rambear, do you deal with that, maybe? As he points towards the Mephit. Also, we still need... There's 2 more of these that need to go in the ground, but they're kind of in there.
I was going to say, sorry, it's not my turn yet.
Okay, he's just going to hold them out continually, though. That's Hordemir's turn. Thrungi, you're up. You are currently considered grappled. No, you're not grappled. You're just in there. It's going to cost you an extra 5 movement to move out of its space because it's holding on to you.
Here's a question: am I on fire now that I'm inside it?
Yes.
Does it take fire damage from me being on fire?
No, it's made of fire.
Right.
You do take 5 points of fire damage.
I'm going to get out of it.
Cool. I'm going to have to move it so you can step out.
I'm going to go over to here.
Yeah, you can say you moved that way.
And then I'm going to hit it twice in its ugly ass face.
Go for it. Oh yeah, you're dead.
Thank God I rolled that, because that was a 1 and a natural 20 for the reckless. And I'm going to pump in a hit die.
Cool.
So it's 2d12, 4d12 before I add the brutal critical. Another d12.
Sure.
Oh, cool. That's pairs. Oh. 33 plus 2d12 brutal critical now.
I think so.
Yes. 33 plus 13, 46, 56.
Nice. It is still doing all right. It's bleeding, lava, but it's bleeding.
Then second attack.
That is a mighty thing. Like you full on like carve one of its arms off in a gout of lava, and from that gout of lava, a Mephit forms just in your face. But then it quickly kind of reforms a new arm out of molten lava.
Second attack is 23 to hit.
Yep, more damage.
For 19 points of damage.
Not quite enough to cause another Mephit.
And then I yell, "Throw me one of the things."
Okay. Rambear.
So I'd like to move the moonbeam. The
Question.
crack in the ground.
Question. Does Moonbeam
Huh?
require you to have line of sight to where you're moving it to?
Oh, almost certainly.
Which means you have to be standing in the doorway.
You can peek around.
Just saying there's a Mephit next to you, that's all.
You can peek around.
I mean,
I can do it out of its
technically
way.
the reading doesn't say you have to see where you move it to, but I'm making it that way because
Okay, that's
arbitrarily
fine.
move it
Must-
60 feet. It's just like...
Yeah, well, I like the idea of it just being like whoosh around. Yeah, sorry. So we're moving it to above the crevice. Okay, I will. To... No.
Get back to where you were. Where are you moving it?
The hole from which these bastards are spawning from.
Ah, okay.
Maybe like if I can also get 7 a little bit.
Okay.
Huge. I have to delete it again.
Come on. No.
No.
Behave. There you go.
Thank you. Okay.
7 will make a con save.
I have a con save,
He
please.
succeeds! The first person who succeeded on a con save against Moonbeam this fight.
What did it get?
19. Rolled a natural 18 plus 1.
Takes 19 half to 9 damage.
19 half to 9.
And as Rambear's action, I'm gonna look at Hordmere with like, it's genuine disdain in their eyes.
He is
I'm
trying.
not impressed with Hordmere.
He is trying to stay alive because he's the only one that can do the ritual.
Yeah.
He's being sensible.
Rambear's gonna tell him to step back. And as their action, they're gonna try and plunge one of the pitons, to the ground by the door.
I will say, specifies in
You know that
Moonbeam,
it has
use
to
an
be closer.
action to move Moonbeam.
Say action for Moonbeam.
It's an action
that's
to
fine.
move Moonbeam.
Action. Okay. Cool.
So you still have a bonus action.
Yeah, well, I don't really want to move next to that guy, so... I have anything for the now.
Okay.
I'm gonna save my spells.
Have you taken, just so I'm clear, have you taken the last 2 rivets, or is Hordmere still holding them?
Oh, I've grabbed them.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Just wanted
I have told him also to move back.
on his turn, he will. Nyah, you're up. You take 10 points of fire damage, half to 5, and are currently inside of a lava elemental.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and maybe get out of there. Right.
Make me a strength saving throw. I should have made Bryn
Oh,
do this,
okay.
but he's also the chances of him failing are tiny.
24.
Yeah, you're fine. Where do you want to move to?
I will move. I'll try and move between number 2 and Rambear.
Okay, so you move through and do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm gonna attack number 2.
Go for it.
And that is 27 to hit.
That hits.
And it is 9 plus 5. That's 14.
14. Yep,
And then it is 23 to hit
that hits.
with 8 plus 7.
That hits. That successfully kills it. You literally just leap up, take your blade, thrust through it, like the hole that you had carved exiting it. You thrust the blade back in there and unleash a power of divine essence that cracks and splinters the rock as it dies away, leaving behind a method in its place. This is method
Oh,
number
many little
9.
babies.
Cool. Anything else you want to do on your turn? Bonus actions?
No.
Cool. End of Nyah's turn. It is the elemental that just died, but at initiative count 20, yet another one turns up. Where does it turn up?
Never ending.
7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. It forces this method out the way and comes into this space, right where the one that just died was, and doesn't bring any methods with it. Balthazar, you realise, hey, it actually gets to go next based on its initiative. You, with your passive insight, you realise that you need to seal this rift if you want to stop things coming through. Otherwise, this is a war of attrition. You don't win. It is its turn. Seeing as Nyah is the one there, and it's got an intelligence of 1, it's just lashing out at whatever's closest. 2 attacks at Nyah. Both will miss. That's a simple turn from you. Useless piece of shit. That's the end of that one's turn. It's the Mephit's turns. This one needs to make a con save. Natural one.
Poof.
Probably. Emma's been rolling very well for damage.
I've actually been rolling average to below average, but it's 28.
What level did you cast this at?
Just a 4th.
Ah.
That's my last 4th level.
That explains a lot. This Mephit bursts into lava. These two will directly attack Thrungi with claw attacks. 2 4s for the first one. And a 17 for the second one. I cannot roll a hit today, apparently. That's the end of the Mephit's turns. Balthazar.
Do I have to use an action to
Takes an
punch his
action
lightning?
to try and drive it in.
Can I attempt to do that again?
You can indeed. Make a athletics check at advantage.
Not roll 1 and a 2 this time.
Preferably.
Let's roll a 5 and a 2.
You go to slam
total
it.
7.
Total of 7. You go to slam it in, and the fist of the large elemental above you comes swinging down. So you just wisely decide to duck out of the way rather than risking getting flattened.
That makes
Not
sense.
going well.
I'm hurting a bit. Can I use a key point to disengage?
You can indeed. Where do you want to go?
There's actually nowhere good.
Oh, I just realised.
Can I go back
come
into
back
the preparation chamber?
You will run into a Mephit.
That's fine.
Cool.
I mean, that's yeah.
You head back out. I will say that Mephit does need to make an attack, so it's going to make an attack at Rambear. Won't hit. Roll 12. Cool. End of Balthazar's turn. That makes it this elemental's turn, which is dumb and is just going to try and follow you, and then is dumb enough to just realise, oh look, there's a morsel of sword-wielding fury, and is going to slam you twice, or attempt to. Nope. 19 total. I cannot roll above a 15 today.
What a shame.
But that is its turn. It is now Hordemir's turn. Let me read Sanctuary properly. Because he has 1 first level spell slot left. Balthazar, how hurt do you look?
Like half.
How hurt does everyone look?
Not great. Not going.
Not big, like few
You
scratches.
can't get to Thrungi, so he's only really interested in Nyah and Balthazar. Balthazar, seeing that you retreated, he's just going to respond by giving you a level 1 Cure Wounds for 8 points of healing.
Thank you.
That keeps Sanctuary up because it's not a damage-dealing, harmful spell. And he is now trying to steel himself, knowing that he needs to actually get into that room at some point to do the ritual. He can't do it from outside, he needs to be close enough. And is realising that the way might be a little blocked at the minute. Thrungi, you are up. Rambear, you're on deck.
Thrungi yells, will someone pass me one of the fucking things? And then will stay where he is, and can he do a cleaving attack and hit all 3? Attempts to, I should say.
I will say you have to go reckless, but you don't get the advantage, and you have to make an attack against each one.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining would let me.
That's fine.
Cool. So, on number 9, it's 9 plus 12, 21.
Yep.
For the big monster, 17 plus 12.
Mm-hmm.
And for the third one, 2 plus 12, 14.
All hit.
I'm not going to pump in any hit die.
Mm-hmm.
For the first one, it's 16 points.
Yep.
Second one, it is only 12 points. Third one is 15.
Okay. All still up.
Do I get a second attack?
That was... You've essentially turned 2 attacks into 3.
Right, that's what I assumed would
Yeah.
be the case.
Is there anything else you want to do? Bonus actions, movement?
No, I'm just going to stay where I am because I feel like I'm in a good place in case I get a thing to try and punch it into the
Cool.
floor.
Rambear. Nyah, you're on deck.
Having heard Thrungi's grumblings about not having anything spiky, Emma is going to do a stupid thing. Try and chuck him one.
Okay. Make me an athletics check.
Can it be strength? Can I just try and-
Athletics is strength, so yes. And you are technically within
okay.
30 feet. You are within your totem's aura because that room is only 20 foot in diameter. You place it in the center, a 20 foot radius, so you have advantage.
Double checking that I do get this with my totem. Excellent. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm not very athletic. Good for a bear, I know, but. This is 17.
17. That easily clears the barrier. You throw it and manage to. It does bounce off the large elemental that is blocking the direction between you and Thrungi. You kind of threw it in his direction and hoped, and it like clangs off its head. But Thrungi is reactive enough to respond. He does have to take a hand off his great axe to catch it, but he's a practiced enough warrior. When it comes around his turn, he'll be able to swing again if necessary, and catch the spike. And he is now ready on his turn to attempt to jam it in.
And Amber's gonna move.
Cool. Where are you moving to?
Oh god. Amber's gonna try and move to the completely to the other side of the room.
Okay, you will take 3 opportunity attacks.
3 attacks, yeah.
Okay. The Mephit is going to attempt. That is a 19 from the Mephit.
It's gonna hit.
For 3 points of slashing and 3 fire.
Roll a d20.
The first...
Beam's gone.
Moonbeam's gone. What did you roll on the concentration check?
I rolled a 2 on the die.
What's your constitution mod?
3.
Yeah, sorry.
What did you think it was?
I don't know. I thought it was high. The first lava elemental does roll a nat 1 with its opportunity attack, so it misses you. The second one rolls a nat 20. This is
All
gonna
the pain. Yeah.
it's not
The solidarity.
too bad.
I've best seen how horrible Thrungi's beard looks.
20 points of bludgeoning damage.
Mhm.
And 8 points of fire damage. And you are on fire.
Oh, flaming raging bear, sick.
Only you
Was
can
I?
put out forest fires.
Amen.
What was that, Stephen?
Remember
I was
over
on
here.
fire at some point. Wasn't I?
Did you get hit by one of the large elementals?
Was on fire at some point.
I think.
Okay.
Still on fire.
Take
Number
1 point of fire
one?
damage.
Okay.
I rolled a 1, you halve it. But yes, Rambear, you do get across the room with a spike in your hand as well. End of Rambear's turn. Nyah, you are up. You are dwarfed right now by 2 giant things wanting to smash your face in.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for number 4.
Number 4, sure.
Yeah. Well, that is 22 to attack,
Hits.
and it's 9 plus 7.
15.
And then I will
16.
slash again for 29 to hit.
That does hit.
And it is 13 plus 2.
15.
15.
Because you are within 5 feet of each elemental, you do take 15 points of fire damage, half to 7 total. Just at the start of your turn, there is an immense heat there that is problematic. Do you want to move, bonus action?
No, I'm gonna say that I'm pretty locked in.
Cool.
Anyways.
It is Elemental 4's turn. Straight luck check.
It takes
Oh, yeah.
4 points of necrotic damage.
4 points of necrotic damage. It heals. Because the Elemental Rift is still open. And it... it is going to Molten Gaze you, Thrungi,
Yeah, that seems fair.
for a natural 20.
This is
Dice
gonna
rolls are
happen.
back. 3, 8, 11, 15, 18, doubled. 36 fire damage. Why am I doubling it? 18 fire damage. And I need you to make a Constitution save. What's your plus to Constitution? You don't have
10.
Nyah.
10.
Cool. That's fine.
Oh, come back here,
I was
dice.
just knowing. It was just whether you could fail.
I'm not failing. That's a 26.
Cool. Yeah. It's not a high save, but yeah, that's what causes a non-magical object to melt.
Sure, once I'm starting to get above 20, I'm kind of assuming
Yeah.
I'm not failing.
But that is its turn. It can only do that or make 2 stab attacks, so that's the end of its turn. It's now the Mephit's turn. This one, seeing that Balthazar has rivets, is going to attempt to slash at him for a 6 to hit. The 2 next to Thrungi, seeing that he has a rivet as well, is going to do the same.
Hold on. They take...
Oh yeah, they do.
Both take 5.
They are just about up.
Oh, that's annoying.
Did you reckless? Yeah, you did reckless because you did the swing. So first one, natural 18 for 21.
Yeah.
2 points of slashing damage, half to 1, and 2
Yep.
points of fire damage, half to 1, because the d4s keep rolling that way. And the other one, that is almost a nat 20, but it was cocked for a 17 to hit. So that one misses. That is the end of the Mephit's turn. Balthazar, you are up.
Can I just slash at the one in front of me?
Yep.
13 to hit.
That does hit. That kills it. It has 1 hit point. You... What's your dex save modifier?
+3.
Cool, you take 1 point. Oh, dex save modifier is +3. Make it
Save is +8.
+8. Make me a dex save, just in case.
18.
18. You take 1 point of fire damage. On 2d6, I rolled 2, which you halve because you succeeded, and then yeah. Fire damage hasn't been a threat really in this combat. You have movement and bonus action, and a second attack actually. He's got.
Can I pass one of the spikes to Nyah?
Yep. So Nyah has a spike. Thrungi has. All 4 of you have a spike. That's the conclusion that we have now.
Yeah.
Nyah, you can, or he slips it in a belt loop, so you're not distracted while surrounded by 2 monsters.
And I'm going to be real dumb and I'm going to run in again.
Cool. They've used their actually no, they've both had their turn since. They both have their reactions back. So are you running to the south again?
Yep.
Because it is the cardinal point left unattended. 2 opportunity attacks at you.
Cool.
Neither's going to hit. 5 and a 9 on the die.
Can I make a slash at number 3 as I walk past? Because I have
Yeah,
2
you definitely can.
Cool. 16 to hit.
Hits.
Awesome. 9 damage and 4 cold.
4 cold. Nice. End of Balthazar's turn. Oh no, technically Cinder 3 hadn't had its turn since you moved, but it missed anyway, so that's fine. It is now Cinder 3's turn. It is going to respond to you attacking it and chase after you.
Yeah,
and with 20 feet of movement is going to get into your space. Nyah, you can have an attack of opportunity if you wish.
Yeah, I will do that.
Balthazar, you take 3 points of fire damage total, and I need you to make a strength save.
18.
18 hits, roll
2
damage.
hit. That is 13 plus 7. So that's
20 points of damage. Stephen, strength save?
Yeah. Failed it.
You are restrained in the creature. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn, freeing yourself, unless someone does something to try and free you beforehand.
Okay.
But yes, that was just its movement. It is going to... Now that it knows you're restrained and it thinks it's trapped you there, it's going to Molten Gaze Rambear for a dirty 20 to hit.
I'm just a little bear.
Was 9 foot tall.
3,
Little bear.
9, 13, 15, 20 points of fire damage. And I need you to make a Constitution save.
20 points damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
16, sorry.
16, you're fine. You managed to protect all of your items from melting. End of that one's turn. It is Hordmir's turn. He has nothing he can do, but he is going to hold his action in case all 4 things get in place so he can start reading. So if on this round, before he gets around to his next turn, all of them end up in place, he'll start reading and potentially be ahead of the game. That is it. Thrungi, you're up. Rambear, you are on deck.
He smashes his one into the floor.
Make me an athletics check at advantage.
22.
Easily. With barely an effort, you hold the axe up to act as like a shield almost, and just pins it in, and you see that this one lights up with an intense fire glow, and that you almost have to flinch from the emblazoned rune on the top of its head. And you just hear Hordman just go, "Keep going!" As the north point is in.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, do I have enough movement to run around here to kind of shoulder charge Balthazar?
5, 10, 15, 20. Yes, you will take 2 opportunity attacks in the process.
I assumed 3, but alright.
However, you've used your action to jam the thing in. You can't make a shove attack on Balthazar.
No, okay. Am I able to get it so that I can time it when he gets to go to give him advantage?
On his escape?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know
I'd
I
say
can do anything this turn because, as you said,
Yeah.
I've used action.
Yeah,
My bonus action can't do it.
that's cool. That's cool. You run round and just deliberately timing it to see Balthazar attempt to break free, where you will try to pop him out essentially. You two attacks of opportunity, dirty 20 and a 21.
Bring it.
3 slashing, 1 fire. Half these as your own, by the way. 5 slashing, 1 fire. So not a lot.
6 in total.
Cool. End of Thrungi's turn. Rambear.
Attack the floor.
Attack the floor. Make me an athletics check. At advantage, because of Spirit Totem. What was the number?
18.
18.
On 8.
You put all of your bear strength, you place it down and then place your big bear paw on top of it and just as the thing beds in and glows and begins to kind of a small like lightning storm just echoes off it as a second one is in. You see both the mephits begin to just and begin to fly towards A, where Thrungi put one in, and B, where you put yours in when it's their turn. But that's their response. Bonus action.
We're still saving our spells.
Cool.
I'm also quite happy over here. The action's pretty
Nyah,
chill.
it is your turn.
I will slam my spike into the floor.
Make an athletics check at advantage, please.
27.
With a practiced ease, you place it on the floor and you just take your shield out and just poof, use it as a massive hammer and just this one glows like hot magma for a second before hardening that rune on top into a solid piece of earth. As that one beds in. End of Nyah's turn. Actually, bonus action movement, just checking. Worth checking.
No, I'll stay there to defend it.
Okay. You got lucky the last couple of rounds in terms of creatures respawning in. It is just one method, two methods. Method 10. These poor minions. But it is Cinder Elemental 4's turn, which, having seen you do that, Nyah, it's going to attempt to slam you twice.
Rude. But fair.
Again, 16 and an 18. I don't think that hits.
No.
But... oh, actually, at the top of your turn, you would have taken fire damage. 10 points of fire damage. Still half to 5.
Okay.
That's also on fire. Sorry, forgot to say.
Thrungi's also on fire, isn't he? Rambear takes 9. Thrungi
You
takes...
did my damage.
Cool.
I think. Yeah.
Fine. No, he's not going to move on to you because he wants to do something else. That's the end of his turn. It is the Mephit's turns. Now, Mephit, this one flies over here. This one flies here. And these two fly here. And what they are going to attempt to do is pull out the rivets. Because they're little jackasses. But Mephits aren't the strongest things in the world. They have a -1 to strength. So, the 9 and 8, one of them essentially does it at advantage. Manages to pull it out. Rolled a 18 -1 for 17. Nope, wait, ignore me. Can't remember my own rules. Doesn't achieve it. They have to genuinely hit natural 20s to pull them out. Because once you've bedded them in, they try and stay in, converse to you just trying to smack them in. So, that one stays in. The one by Rambear doesn't do it. The one by Nyah doesn't do it. But they are literally there just trying to pull the things out. And there is quite enough of them that they may end up succeeding. So, keep that in mind. End of the Mephit's turn. Balthazar, you are currently restrained, which means you can't hammer the thing in.
What save do I have to do to...
So at the end of your turn, you can make the save. So if there's other things you would like to do on your turn, you can. You do take 3 fire damage, half to 1. But you have an action that you can try and do. And you can try and stab the thing from inside it, that kind of stuff.
Can I pass the spike to Thrungi, or is that...
I'll say yeah, that'll take your whole action, and Thrungi's coming in to essentially slam you, so he has to kind of slam on the brakes when he realises what you're doing.
Or I can, like, toss it to the floor or something.
You are restrained,
just, like,
so trying to do it is a
point
bit
it up at him
hard,
and stab
but you can do that, yeah.
And then can I bonus action Divine Dew myself,
Yeah, you can.
if that's my action? Yeah.
I'm going to say Divine Dew doesn't do a lot of water, but it is some, and it is inside the creature. So I'm going to say it takes 2 points of cold damage from that. As you just say, it reacts slightly badly, but you Divine Dew yourself. Thrungi, on your turn, you'll be able to take it from his outstretched hand, essentially. But end of your turn, Thrungi is trying to ram you out. That still happens, so you have advantage on your strength save to try and break free of restraint.
10.
10. You are still restrained.
Right, can't roll above.
But thankfully, you've managed to get the thing out so Thrungi can take it if necessary. It is now that one's turn, which, again, it's confident it's got you wrapped up, so it's just going to on Thrungi. You didn't reckless last turn, so it doesn't have advantage.
No, it does not. You're still here.
Highest roll is an 18.
Yeah.
Does that one hit? Okay, so one hit. For 14 bludgeoning.
Ow.
Half to 7.
I know.
And 4 fire, half to 2. And you are, again, on fire. You can't get more fire, but you're just comprehensively on fire. End of that one's turn. It's Hordemir's turn. He's once again just going to be prepared to read. He's realising you guys are close. And so doing anything else on his turn doesn't really serve anything. But doing so, he does have to enter into the space, which he should have done last turn. Which now means there's a Mephit dangerously close to him. But he does have Sanctuary up and Nyah next to him. So
Can he hold his turn?
he is holding his action, yes, to do the same thing. You currently have 3 of the things in. Thrungi, it is your turn.
I pick it up and slam it into the thing.
Make me an athletics check.
Only 18.
Only 18. That still succeeds. Yeah, that happened. That's fine. Yes, sorry. Just you still seeing the elementals get fueled by the elemental rift as they regain some of their vitality. But you do take that thing from Balthazar. You spin it around, slam it into the ground, and you just watch as the rune on top seems to burst forth with a plume of water, which very quickly vaporizes in the heat of this room as the 4th one beds in. And you see them all kind of an almost intangible connection form up between all 4 of them at the cardinal points, as you see kind of like water drifting off one, connecting to earth, which is as it kind of muddies in the water. As the earth moves around to fire, it kind of turns into lava along the way. The fire into air is kind of like hot ash, and the air into water you see like storms and waves. As Hordemirr begins reading in extensive Dwarvish, he has to make the first of 2 religion checks. That is a failure. He stumbles on his words and does not get going. He rolled a 3. Rambear, it's your turn.
And the methods still look like they're trying to remove the tongues, or can they do that anymore?
It looks like they're continuing to try pull at them. They seem unfazed.
A little light show is what that was. Yeah. Rambear's gonna cast Arc Lightning at the method closest to them.
I think with Arc Lightning you could hit 3 of them if you wanted to. It's up to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to, no, I'm gonna hit 2 of them, sure. I'm trying to think of which one. How's 11 looking?
11's fine. 11 and 10 are fine. 8 and 9 are the ones that Thrungi whacked about the head.
Okay, we'll go 10, 8, and 9 then.
10, 8, and 9. That's dex saves for all of them. 10,
Yes it is.
8, 9. What's your DC?
18, please.
1 succeeds. 9 succeeds, 8 and 10 fail. It's not going to matter that 9 succeeded, though.
D8. Okay, so the ones that didn't that take 8 points, the other one takes 4.
8 and 9, you just see you get fried to pieces as your Arc Lightning hits 10 for a first bite and then jumps to the other 2. 10 is still up. No one is near the other ones to suffer their burst damage, so that's fine. Anything else you want to do? Nyah, your turn.
I will attack 11.
Go for it.
That's 29 to hit.
Yeah.
Rolling really well today. That is 11 plus 7. Yeah,
It's
that's 18.
barely up.
I will try and slash it one last time.
Cool.
That's 30 to hit.
Demolished.
Yeah.
You are successfully
Feels
defending the
almost
spikes.
They're kind of growing on me, these little fire goblins. Like,
Fire goblins is a good way to describe them. At initiative count 20, no large reinforcements arrive, but 2 more mephits do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 coming there. The other one coming there. It is now Cinder 4's turn. It's not intelligent enough to know that Hordmir is trying to do anything, so it's just going to hit Nyah. With 2 slam attacks. Finally! Nyah, you get critted. You've not been hit by any of these things. It's not even that high of a roll. 18 bludgeoning damage. And 8 fire damage, which is still halved because Divine Dew is up.
so that's 4 fire.
And you are on fire, that's a good point. Everyone that was on fire takes 8 points of damage halved. Just to save a little bit of time. The second slam attack did not hit. That's the end of Cinder 4. Mephit's turns. This one is angry and is going here to try and get that one. But they're all going to try and pull. They need natural 20s. Mephit 12 at the top. Fails. Mephit 10 by Rambear. Rolled a 19. Not good enough. And Mephit 13 by Thrungi. Rolled a 6.
They're trying so hard.
But that is their turns. Balthazar, you are still restrained, but what do you want to do?
I'll just try and stab the one I'm in.
Cool. Your attacks are at disadvantage.
Yeah.
I'll be back in a moment.
Yeah.
28 to hit.
Okay.
Why the fuck do I get a natural 20 and a 19 now?
Roll damage.
5 and 3 cold.
5 and 3 cold for 8.
Second attack. 13 to hit.
Doesn't hit. End of your turn. Make a strength save.
That's
I think you're at advantage anyway because of the
flat
totem. So
that's 19.
19. You successfully pull yourself free. Boop. You're now there. At the end of your turn, it is now that creature's turn again. Annoyed that you escaped, it's going to make a slam attack against you and one against you, one against Thrungi. Thrungi is a 16, which doesn't hit. Balthazar, yours is a 17.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. Dodge out of the way. Thrungi just takes it on the axe. That is that one's turn. They still continue to be healed by the Elemental Rift. It is now Hordemir's turn. That's cocked. That is a success. He is not rolling very well, though. He is a little bit stressed. He needs one more success. You need at least one more round with all of these things in. Thrungi, you are up.
Oh, fire damage.
Thank you. 7.
You see, the nice
Oh,
thing
actually,
about...
you take 2d10 because you're on fire and next to a thing, so you take another 1.
Now, see, the nice thing about me leaving myself on fire means that my rage hasn't dropped over the last 2 rounds.
Smart play. Smart play.
So now I'm going to punch the big one that has Balthazar in
Balthazar
its face.
has managed to escape.
Had Balthazar in
Yep.
in its face twice.
Go for it.
Right.
It has healed quite a bit because no one's been doing it much damage.
Oh, I don't care. Because that's a natural 20.
Are you going to hit die it?
Yeah, I am.
It's going to spawn a Mephit. You do realise that.
Because why wouldn't I roll 6d12, Gethin?
Yeah. Roll me 60-12 plus, like, 9? All of that. It's plus 2 weapon.
Plus...
Like, plus 10.
Okay. You may not entirely believe it, but that's 70 points of damage.
It is still up.
Second attack.
That is, like, you take its head off, convinced that is enough damage to kill a thing, and it just kind of grows another head out of lava magic as a Mephit bursts out from where the head came off. Mephit 14.
That's 29.
To hit, yeah.
And that is 22 points of damage.
It is barely standing. That the end of your turn? Moving anywhere?
Nope, I'm just staying right here.
Rambear! You got a Mephit in front of you that's trying to pull out the thing you put in. What, you
I
did?
hit it.
Okay. Bonk.
No, can I hit it with my Thorn Whip?
Yeah, sure.
Oof, that's a 12.
It has an AC of 11.
Oh, yay!
They're fragile things made of, like, congealed lava.
I'm getting these squishy feelings for these poor guys. That's 17
17 damage. You need to make a dex save. Ooh.
Oh dear. Is it that bad?
I rolled quite high on its explosion damage.
How bad is it? I rolled a 14.
You rolled a 14, so you do halve it, so you only take 5 points of fire damage.
Okay, that's fine.
It rolls 2d6.
I'm also on fire.
That's fine. You are on fire. 5 points of fire damage. End of
Okay.
Rambear's turn.
Rambear's not looking too happy.
Nyah, your turn.
Ooh.
Oh.
Are we bonus action potions?
Yes.
Is that something we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. There's bonus action healing potion. Cool.
2d4 plus 2. Nyah.
I will attack number 4.
Go for it.
That is a 13 to hit.
That does not hit. Second attack.
We'll try again. 29.
That hits. Raw damage.
That is 11 plus 6. So 17.
17. Nice. That is a decent chunk. Cool. End of Nyah's turn. It is Cinder 4's turn. Who is now aware he can feel what Hordemirr is doing, so he is going to attempt to attack Hordemirr. Does mean it has to make a wisdom save for the first attack. Hordemirr, what's your DC? Not high enough. It successfully gets to make its attack against Hordemirr. And with a 16, does hit. How many hit points did he have? He's on
Not many,
29,
but he
Hordemirr.
Fairly healed, I think.
Yeah. He's on 29 hit
It should
points.
be
More than me.
pretty healed.
Yeah, that was very near his max. 14. 16. That is a huge amount of hit points off Hordmir, and he is on fire, which means at the top of his turn he will take fire damage. Second time it tries to attack him, he has to make a wisdom save. Doesn't, which means it pivots and attacks Nyah with its second attack. With a nat one. Like, he goes to swipe Hordmir, just like realize, like, and something compels him to swing and tries to direct it towards you, Nyah, but it just slams into the rock face behind your head. That is the end of its turn. Mephits. Well, oh yeah, that's dead. Thank you, man. This one, it can't get to that one, which means it's going to fly over to you, Rambear. 12. Fails. 14. Rolls on that one. 13. Rolls a 3. Methods are doing fuck all. End of the Method's turn. Balthazar.
How damaged is 4 versus 3?
3 is on the verge of falling apart. 4 looks fine.
And will die when its turn comes.
Yeah. Can I move then to
I got health.
just south
Oh.
of, like, number 14?
14.
Go further away, yeah. I can use a key point to disengage,
Yep. Key point disengage.
and then cast Ray of Frost on 4.
On 4. Yes, you can.
17 to hit.
Oh yeah, you heal because you critted.
I don't heal, I
Tap
get
hit points.
37 temporary hit points.
Thrungi's fine.
Nice.
What's a hit? Sorry, Stephen?
17.
Yep, hits, roll damage.
That more than doubles my health points.
That is 14 cold damage.
Nice. Yep, he's still okay. End of Balthazar's turn. Cinder 3, top of his turn.
I have a question.
Yes, it crits. I've decided this now.
Oh, so that's 3d6 in total.
No. It doesn't get brutal critical.
No, 2 from the natural 20 and 1 from the second attack.
Ah, right, yes.
For a total of 12.
You just see it begin to, like, lumber towards you, and it just crumbles over the top of you. It's just quickly cooling lava just crumples down, like hits off your pauldrons as it scatters away. Yeah, that doesn't get to go. It is now Hordmir's turn. Actually, a method does appear in its space. Could have died. Hordmir succeeds. You just see Hordmir begin to swell with power and confidence as he begins to just utter dwarven phrases, just and you see the power begin to chain up, and the rift elemental energy that's bound within the rivets begins to condense, and you see the elemental storm in the center just begin to crush down until it becomes a swirling, perfect sphere of contained energy. You see the rivets continue to pulse with energy. Then the connection lines between them die out and are absorbed into the rivets, which cement further into place, becoming flush with the floor. And you sense the elemental power in this room suddenly die, like a tornado suddenly cutting out. You see all of the creatures suddenly begin to flap weirdly as their direct connection to the elemental plane is severely weakened. That ends Hordmir's turn. One last round of actions. Thrungi.
I'm going to...
Oh, Hordmir also takes fire damage.
Oh, how much fire damage do I take?
5.
Half.
Hordmir is still up.
I am going to attack number 13 to start off with.
Cool. Yeah.
28
Yep.
and 17 points of damage. And 15 for 26 to hit, and 18 points of damage.
Cleaving through him. Rambear.
And then I'm going to move over here and try and that's it, because as much as I want to charge and smash the other dwarf out the way, I probably can't.
No. No, I'll tell you what. You still got a bonus action. Make me an athletics check.
29.
29. You will take an attack of opportunity because I'm giving you an extra thing.
Yep.
But you do barrel him out the way as the thing attempts to attack you. Misses. Does it have advantage? Still misses.
It does have advantage.
Still misses. 6 and a 7 on the die. Rambear.
Firstly, I'm on fire.
2 points of fire damage.
2 points. And how do we put ourselves out of fire?
Use an action to do so.
Is it worth it? Probably. But we're not going to, because we're going to use our action to also Thorn Whip. Oh, no. Oh, this is a bad idea. Yeah. We're going to Thorn Whip the guy in front of us.
Okay.
That's a terrible idea. Oh, God.
Make an attack roll.
We're not hit. One.
That one. He's like... dodges out the way and like screams in your face.
Oh.
End of Rambear's turn. Nyah.
Oh, can a bonus action healing word, Hordman?
You can indeed. Let me know how much healing. Nyah.
I will attack number 4.
Go for it.
No, I won't. That's a nat 1.
So he just clangs off something hard. It seems to be cooling down. And you manage to hit a hard rock spot. Second attack.
14.
Doesn't hit. Just something doesn't want you to finish it off. No more creatures can spawn. There's no point in rolling. The elemental rift is sealed. It is now that creature's turn. It is angry and lashing out. One attack against each of you. Thrungi. 17.
Nope.
Nyah, 12.
Nope.
Mephit's turns. Angry. Gonna fly over here. One is gonna attack Rambear, one is gonna attack Balthazar. Rambear. That's 12. Balthazar. That's an 8. Without the elemental energy fueling them, their attacks are limp and weak. Balthazar.
Just stab at 12.
Cool, go for it.
11 to hit.
Does hit.
Cool. 10 damage and... what was on the roll? 1 cold. Second attack. 19 to hit.
Yep.
12 damage and 4 cold.
You both need to make dexterity saves for me, 2 of them.
(22 and 15).
You take 6 points of fire damage, half to 3. Rambear? Rambear takes 5 points of fire damage. 12 points of fire damage, sorry. Rambear is unconscious.
Oh, we're still awake.
Cool. Cinder 3 doesn't exist. It is now Hordmir's turn. Now safely shoved out the way, he is going to use Sacred Flame on the thing, which fails. It takes 12 points of damage, and it is Thrungi's turn.
Guess what's getting hit in the face?
It is falling apart and crumbling without the power to sustain it.
17.
I do say
Oh, sorry, 27.
6 fire damage.
Cool.
Hordmir's still
29.
on fire. He's fine.
29 to hit.
That hits. Roll damage.
20.
Second attack.
18 to hit.
Hits. Roll damage.
Oh, just 11.
Just 11. How do you want to do this?
I just cut it in half down the middle.
Having, like, you shove Hordmere out the way, using your momentum, you push her back, you push your heel into the wall, and use that to pivot up such to the height of the creature, and you bring your axe square down, and just... You manage to hit, as I say, it started to cool and harden the outside, you bed in, and then just you hit the soft underbelly of the creature as your weight drags your axe through the thing, and just... There's lava falls out of it like its guts, and its body falls apart into rock. And I think we'll go to break. A little later than planned, but didn't make sense to stop the combat midway through. And we'll pick up again in a bit. And welcome back. We'll pick right up where we left off as the heat from the room of the Elemental Nexus begins to die down, and the uncontained energy is now bound in a tight sphere at the centre of the room, all panting for breath, amazed that you managed to succeed. What would you like to do?
Is the long rest out of the question?
Is there anything else we need to do in here?
Roll me investigation.
6.
6. Doesn't look like it. I'll say Rambear, with your passive investigation, you're aware that this room is bedecked in mithril runes, some of which are quite badly damaged, either through like scarring or have melted under the heat, but repairing them is beyond your skill set, and it seems contained, at least for now anyway.
What did you
How
say?
bad was it?
Sorry. Yeah, mithril runes that have been damaged or partially melted. Repairing them is beyond your skill set. You just flat out don't have the capacity to repair them yourselves right now. But at least the danger seems contained for the present, and all be willing, someone more prepared can come down here and fully re-establish this room.
Rambo's going to point out the rooms to Thrungi, but Rambo's feeling pretty tired right now.
Yeah, Hordmere will come in the rooms. Yeah. Unsurprisingly, the amount of damage they've taken. But the work that you four done to get those rivets in should give us a decent amount of time to get experts down here to repair things and shore it up.
Well, I think we should head out then.
I won't say no to that. I need you all to roll Constitution saving throws one last time.
Oh!
Balthazar.
16.
Success. Nyah. I froze a little bit there.
25.
25, you're fine. Jesus, Thrungi. Just go Thrungi. I'll come back round to Rambear.
Are we within Nyah's aura?
Yeah, sure, you would have all come together.
14.
14 just succeeds.
That was with a nat 1.
Yeah. I'm being nice with the aura, considering you know it's a dangerous place that she's actively concentrating at all times. And Rambear?
19 plus Nyah's.
You are fine. Hordmere, however, looks exhausted. He's coughing and spluttering a little bit, and he seems to be slightly dazed and wobbly on his feet, as it seems like the heat and ash that is now reducing has got to him a little bit. Yes. I'd appreciate getting out of here, if I'm honest. I sincerely hope that was the last of them.
Well, there were the skeletons.
I might be able to deal with them briefly.
We'll just see what happens. Come on.
What way are you going?
Is there another entrance? I thought we were going back to the main room, right?
I'd say take the route exactly back the way we came in. Literally go all the way out.
So you are walking down the trapped corridor of death.
Well, my aim was to ask the person who now has a book to know if there is an off switch.
Not a bad idea. He has a point of exhaustion, so he is rolling at disadvantage. That is a 2. He starts to try and read, and his head is just swimming. He goes, I'll be honest. I don't think... Oh. If it's in here, I don't think I'm going to find it right now.
Thrungi takes the book off him and sees if he can find anything.
Roll me an investigation check.
That's better. 16.
16. You flick through. There's no overt mentions of how to deactivate the traps. From that, you gain the insight that if there is a way, it's probably in a very secure place, and not going to be just lingering around. With that, yeah, I'll give it to you. You probably infer that the trap system is operated from the Faendal Forge itself, designed such that if you want to turn them off, you've got to be there, essentially.
Well, we're not turning off the bloody thing.
I mean, there were multiple ways out of that crossroad room. Maybe we take a different route?
Whether we find more traps, we can try go down the mines route.
I don't know if the mines would end up doubling back. My suspicion would be that they don't. Only because they would have come in that way otherwise.
I will give you this, that A, Balthazar figured out last session, and B, you would remember anyway. In that crossroads room, there was a sign to the mines, and you managed to get to the mines from a different way. You got to the mines through the Smith's Forum and Smelting Room, and in that crossroads room, you had burial chambers, unmarked mines.
Oh, you are right. Good point.
I guess we be wary for traps while we're going.
Yeah, we just have to be extra careful.
Hordmere does place the artifact you all pulled out of the church back in the church, as he feels that's where they rightfully belong, and someone of higher rank in the clergy should attain them before he walks out with them. So which way are you heading? You heading through the mines?
Yeah, I think so.
Rambear, with your passive perception, to be honest, Thrungi would notice it as well. The other entrance to the mines that you didn't come through, so further up, as you're walking along, you spot above it, almost flush with the wall, a hammer sitting vertically above the door, and you can see the pivot point would swing down through the door.
Well, that will be fun.
Is the pivot point exposed?
Yeah. It's not exposed, but there is you could potentially try something if you had an idea.
Alright.
Can anyone freeze it?
The hammer?
The
Is it swinging like this? Or is it swinging like... Is the thing it's connected to at an angle?
So you have
My elbows don't do what I want.
So you have the doorway here essentially.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Way.
That way, this side is to the crossroads. This side is the mines. The hammer is basically flush vertical, and will swing down and through.
It's vertical already. I'll give it. See if freezing it works.
Cool. Roll me a straight wisdom check because you're not trying to damage it. You're trying to turn Ray of Frost into something else.
7.
7. You do it, but even you're like, I don't trust that.
What can I see down the hallway behind where it would smash? Like, is there
You
other
see
traps?
a
I just-
long corridor, kind of angled slightly upwards, heading back to where you would have come.
specifically looking for like blades that come out of the floor and stuff like that.
Roll
Any
me a
of that?
perception check.
10.
10. You can't see any, but you are kind of looking without any light down there, so...
Did we ever work out what set off the hammer in the other room?
I think magic or presence. I don't really remember. Can I just check it's frozen and then run?
It's got some frost on it. You can attempt to run.
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay. You run through and it swings down. It breaks through the ice. Bear with me. That's the travel one. I will say you did actively do something, so it's going to have disadvantage on this attack as you're moving fast enough. That is an 18.
That does not hit.
Does not hit. You literally just go running through, and you manage to. Your speed is enough that you stay ahead of the hammer. It swings through after you, swings back slightly, and then begins to crank upwards.
Cool. Am I safe where I am?
You take a second to listen out. You don't hear any whirring of saws or spinning blades or anything to that effect.
Thrungi yells at everyone to go while the hammer's down.
Okay, you all go sprinting through. Thrungi, you the last one to go through?
Yep.
That one! You artfully, you kind of register as you're heading underneath it that it's reset and it's going to swing down, and you very quickly just like give yourself a burst and leap forward as it comes swinging in behind you and misses entirely. Okay. I've decided I don't like traps.
Has Hardmere ever been exposed to traps before?
Does Hardy have a life?
I can't say I have. I know. I mean, us dwarves, we do like trapping important locations. We're good at putting things in stone and decent at rune magic and the like, but man, I think we went a bit overboard this time.
Yeah, they're never fun.
I should not have agreed to come down here. Then again, it was rather badass to see you lot chop down elementals like that. I can see why you were hired to come down here.
Get that in writing. We've never really received praise before. That could like look good on our resume.
You tell anyone I said this, I'll hunt you down, and well, I'll deny it anyway.
We're back to no references again.
Yeah.
What's the state? What's the state of our hair? Like all of us except for Hordmir, all of us have been on fire.
Yeah. You've all been on fire. Hordmir's beard is singed, but not too bad. Dwarven hair is pretty resistant to fire in general. It just so happens that when you're literally bathed in lava, it takes it beyond that extreme. So Thrungi is, from the amount of fire damage he has taken in the last 20 minutes, if that, is near bald for a dwarf. It is. There's like
just like one like sad strand of mohawk standing up still.
The beard is like the close beard. As I said, it's probably about the same length as Bryn's beard is right now, compared to the majestic thing it once was. But yeah, the hair is basically all gone.
Does this mean we can now see Thrungi's nipples?
It's disconcerting, yes.
Oh god. Has he got like a hilarious tan line? Thrungi, do you have a hilarious tan line?
Wait, actually,
He'd
Captain
have.
Sparta said
You probably
Where
can't
is it?
tell because of the tan lines that he'll have from the straps.
I'm just imagining, you know, like the video of like the really complex like bikinis and swimsuits and the tan lines you get from
Yeah, literally like that.
like all the crosses and like a curve here. Dwarf tan lines.
Sorry, I derailed.
Perfectly fine.
Back on mission. So we're in the room now.
Yeah, you're in that crossroads room now.
Is there any lights? You said it was difficult to see.
There are no lights in here.
I will light up a coin. Per usual.
I followed the coin.
I think, like, you know how everyone's got their item? Like, Nyah's got the cursed sword, ironically. Faendal's got his bookshelf, probably. Various stuff like that. I don't genuinely think Balthazar's iconic item is a coin that's glowing.
It's a lit coin.
No, I just kind of like it that the monk cleric. It's like, I'm just here with some light, lighting the way.
Here's my torch.
It's adorable. Yeah, you can now see this room still has a few dwarven corpses in it, broken stone golems, where Rambear caved in the roof as well. Interestingly, no skeletons.
Well, that's some good news.
Maybe they
Before they
run
come
away. Yeah, let's just keep going.
You keep moving up, and you come to the entranceway to the Undercity, which right now is completely sealed, smooth rock.
Did we have a way to message someone to get out?
We turn to Hordmir.
I don't know. You were supposed to have something, I thought. I'm tapped, by the way. I mean, we can try, I don't know, hammering on the rock loud enough. Hopefully they're listening. I mean, rock carries sound quite well.
Rambear's gonna do a little roar.
Okay, roll me a performance check.
I'm a bear, how bad can it go? It's an 8.
It's an 8. Roar! It was worth a try.
Thrungi takes off his beard ring because it's about to fall off with his beard now, and uses that to tap a message in Dwarven code through the rock, just saying task complete.
Okay. Make me a performance check at advantage.
Performance, yeah.
Yeah.
I get +2, so dirty 20.
Are you proficient in performance?
No, but I have +2 in charisma because of my thing.
Ah, there you go. Sorry, what was the total?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. There is an overly long pause. And then it continues. And another 10 minutes, you don't get seemingly a response. A few of you try other things. Nyah tries slamming their shield against the rock face. Hordmir tries with his staff. Nothing really feels like it's working until suddenly, just as Rambear's about to try a second roar, or possibly a third by this point, you suddenly see just a crack, a seam of light come through the rock, and just a doorway opens up within the rock. Your eyes kind of, well, you've had the light of Balthazar. It's suddenly a bit brighter in here that you weren't quite ready for. And you can kind of blink, and you can see beyond, out into the inner city of Carrot-Gringon, where there is 3 dwarven rune mages focusing on opening up this passageway. And Thane, Lorik, Harlson, with a troop of about 24 fully armoured dwarven soldiers.
All yours. You just got the forge left to clear.
Tasnir is one of the 3 that's opening up, and there is a look of relief across her face as you all appear to exit, heavily wounded, badly burnt, but crucially alive.
Give him the book.
Oh, yeah. Rune Priest? And he hands over. What's this? We found it in a compartment in the Temple of the Ancestors, next to the Smith's Forge. It seems to contain a lot of information about everything's down there, and there's also artifacts there that might prove useful. And you kind of just bows reverently.
I would strongly say you take the artifacts and don't suggest they might be useful. They will be useful. Last time we didn't use them, I got buried in lava.
Yes, that did happen. Tasnir kind of cocks an eyebrow. Her copper beard, full of trinkets, just kind of shifts slightly as she tilts her head, looking at you, and just kind of puts 2 and 2 together about how badly burned you are. It's like, that makes sense.
Yeah, Thrungi's skin is probably black, and cracking from the heat of the lava.
If you require aid or anything to that effect, please do ask, and I think you're well deserving of any healing we can provide you. And then Thane Harlson kind of marches forth and just goes, well? What's down there? What's left for us?
Well, there were some elementals, but we've dealt with most of those. It'll be whatever's in the forge.
Nah, you could have left us some more fun. But
there might be skeletons that were on fire. They weren't there when we came out, but they might be somewhere.
Skeletons. Tasnir, you better come with us. Put some restless dwarves to bed. He hefts up his giant warhammer. He goes, well, once I've got the dust off my old muscles, I think you've earned a second conversation.
Thank you.
I'll reach out to you when I'm ready. Onwards! And he leads his troop of soldiers down. Balthazar, your first interaction with him was very cold. He didn't seem to like any of you. Definitely didn't trust you. And there were elements to his personality that just kind of... He felt uncomfortable in himself. You now see a dwarf who... Something's reignited in him. It's... Holding that hammer and doing something good with it feels right to him, essentially. Reinvigorated would be the word.
Yep. How long have we been down there?
You've taken 2 short rests. Travel time, you've probably been about 3 hours tops.
Not particularly long, really.
No. You are very efficient.
Time to get some lunch, I think.
Yeah.
Lunch beer?
All the beers.
All the best. So you head to Stone Apple, I assume?
Is there like a bath or pool or something on the way? A
A what?
fountain, stream. Is there a body of water on the way?
Yeah. In the like large block of area of the inner city where the housing spaces are, where Thrungi had previously taken you, that kind of area. There's a few kind of fountain-like spaces that seem to make use of an underground water reservoir.
Rambo's gonna ask Thrungi if these are used to drink from. And if they're not, Rambo's getting in.
Are they?
Yeah, they're used for all sorts of things.
Rambo's getting in. And all this nasty grime off
The
me.
water just turns a muddy, like, tan colour. From between the mixture of blood, dust, ash.
Bear. Thank you.
Thrungi just heads back to their accommodation.
You head back to the Stone Apple. Seeing you come back in, it's quite busy. As you say, it's almost lunch rush at this point. There's a few guards in, and there's like decent conversation in the bar. But it kind of very quickly quiets down when all of you enter in. There's there are a couple of musicians playing who do continue but kind of quiet down as you enter. Garrick is behind the bar. What do you want to do?
Well,
Yeah, I think we burned a drink.
Oh, hey, whoa! What the hell happened to you guys?
Fire. Lots of fire.
Yeah.
and some of us lava.
I want the full story.
Yeah,
and
you
I'm
can.
sure most of the people in the bar do. As he kind of looks around, there's a few people like staring at you very quickly, like just turn back around, start going back to their drinks. Food, drink,
Bath.
bath. Sure, I could sort that out for you. I'll get it sent up to your room.
We're all gonna need a bath, really. We probably stink of ash.
There's like settling on the top of the bar a little bit, yeah.
Every time Nyah moves, it's like coming out of bits of her armor.
It's like Pigsty from Snoopy.
Charlie Brown.
Peanuts. Went through every iteration of what that was called.
Rambear's gonna just shake himself a little bit. Flecks of water come off them.
Fur stands on end. Okay, baths and then food then, yes?
Aye.
Bath with drink, then food.
I
Is
think,
Hordmir with us?
I think what Hordmir is not. He went back to the temples to sort himself out. In fact, before he did leave, he did kind of bid you adieu and once again, or preemptively thank you for doing such a heroic deed that you didn't necessarily have to do for the dwarves, essentially. He just wanted to be the first one to get in, essentially. And for, in places, saving his life on multiple occasions. You will get baths. A full, jug of beer is with every bath, which Rambear, you initially go to pour the beer in the bath, thinking it's just a jug, and then realise that you could drink it, and then you might do whatever the hell you want to do. I don't know.
Also drink some of the bath water. Free water.
Should have seen that coming. Is there anything any of you would like to do in your rooms? The rooms are Nyah and Balthazar in one, Thrungi and Rambear in the other, because I believe you put the 2 snorers in one room.
Not.
Rambear's just inspecting the random bulb patches around their faces and arms.
There's quite a few.
He's gonna ask Thrungi if he wants his beard replatted.
Ain't enough to do it.
I reckon you could have a pat in your beard. A few little ones.
Not proper dwarven ones.
Can I actually cast water breathing as a ritual and just dunk myself in the bath and just stay underwater for half an hour?
Yes, you can. Most extravagant use of a 3rd level spell?
Yeah.
He's doing it as a ritual, though, at least.
Do a good ritual, but still a 3rd level spell.
Wild. Yes. Nyah. There's a tickling at the back of your head as you kind of settle down to get yourself clean. Probably the only person here who has regularly known how to get clean in a bath before with the noble upbringing. Rambear and Balthazar both use lakes and rivers in their past, and I'm not entirely sure Thrungi bothered. Yeah, there's just a tickling at the back of your head. You realise you are on the verge of reforging that sword and just thinking about what it means. That's all.
Okay.
But you finish up your baths. You head back downstairs, where the tavern, if anything, has got busier. It seems some word has passed around that this is where you lot ended up after coming back out, and people have turned up for rumours of a story and hope. Before you get too far, Garrick does go, Miss Bear, sorry, something was left for you behind. Hold on. He goes behind the bar, and there's a small package and a large bag. There was a little dwarven kid, Roderick, I think his name was. Came in here shortly after dawn. You just left, unfortunately. Said you gave him a bunch of money to go find some things. He apologised, saying he didn't really find as much as you were hoping for, and he didn't seem entirely certain he'd gotten the right stuff. but he did also hand back most of your money as well, so honourable kid at least. And he slides across the package of the bag. The bag contains 900 gold pieces, and then the wrapped up thing contains a bunch of oils and incense that might be applicable. You might want to get someone a bit more experienced to just double check them.
Oh, what did I ask this kid for? Fuck.
You asked him for components for Revivify, for Resurrect, Reincarnate.
Reincarnate, that's the one. Okay, so I'm like a tenth of the way there. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, sorry, Rambear's. Oh, when I see Roderick, I'll say thank you. Thanks for letting me know, Derek. Garrick.
No problem. Well, the least you can do is give us all a story.
Who's the highest charisma of us?
Nyah by far. She is a
So you're
charisma
telling the
caster.
Well, what she not by much, I think.
She's got +3.
I think
modifier.
between the three of us.
She's got 2 more than I'm on a +2, so she's not. But you're probably proficient in a load of stuff.
I don't know.
I don't know. You lot don't look like you're ready for a story.
And just there's a cry of like, I'm missing my job for this. What are you on about? Buy him around. Like there's a few like coins tossed up to the bar to get you all around. It is far too much money, and Garrick like has to duck from this barrage of metal.
Okay, I will dramatically kind of like turn around in my chair. So you want the story?
Yeah! Come on!
Full details?
As much as you'll give us.
I will start very dramatically telling the story. I'll make sure to like make Thrungi's falling into lava moment like an almost like, you know, he's gonna die kind of thing. Even though spoilers, he's not dead, but try and make it as dramatic as possible. Probably the most cheerful you've seen Nyah.
Roll me performance with advantage.
This is not when it all goes to shit. It's a nat 20.
I was about to say, I will also remind you, you have inspiration.
Never mind.
You could hear a pin drop during, like, the especially the lava scene. Like, everyone is on the edge of their seats, and when the transmute rock spell is cast, there's a audible sigh of relief. Because some people had genuinely thought he was going to die despite him standing there. You had enraptured them so. And then the tale of Thrungi's death blow on the final one, and Hordemir's successful casting of a powerful ritual, just met with huge chorus cheers and lifting of tankards, a lot of spilled alcohol from like the clashes of beer and everything. And yeah, it goes off without a hitch. You are all bought a couple more rounds as well. And Garrick at one point just goes, I'm not going to charge you for the baths either. I think you've made me more than enough money with that story. And yes, it is a resounding rendition, and I think Nyah has to take a level in Bard, next level up.
I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah, sure. Is there anything anyone else would like to do now?
I'll whisper like, damn, we should come here more often. Like, they actually like us.
The first time it's happened, right?
Yeah, it's the first
Oh,
time
actually,
people
no.
appeared for us.
When we left the Dwarven Hold back like 6 months ago, they also quite liked us there. We were a hit with dwarves.
I guess Doves is our crowd. Hey.
Yeah, they're our people. Except for Thrungi. He's the only one who isn't a fan of us.
You are here for a couple of hours, but it's not long. It's not even sunset really before a dwarf in the garb of Fane's house walks into the bar and immediately kind of clocks your attention. Heads over to you. The Thane requests your audience.
I presume he had a good trip down to the forge.
He is in good spirits, yes.
Right.
Well, it's a good thing we had a bath.
Follow him. Yeah,
Not
true.
me. And he leads you back through the city, where a few people kind of notice your passage, and into the inner city, where previously it had been met with a bit of tension by the guards posted on the city gate. It seems to go by without a hitch now. And you are led into the throne room of Thane Lorik Harlson. You see him sitting on his chair, kind of dirt and grime spread across his face. I can't remember. There's still like a sheen of sweat on his exposed arms, and he is still wearing his armor, essentially. Hammer still close by his side as he sits there, seemingly in conversation with two other dwarfs. One of whom you realise is Rune Priest Tasnir, with her kind of coppery brown hair and beard, in the dark grey and red robes of her order. They appear in conversation. Another one you notice is wearing kind of dark scale mail. It's almost black in how dark the metal is, but it doesn't cover his arms or legs at all. Sorry, no, lower legs, it's just his thighs. Absolutely giant arms, like rivaling Thrungi for the size and musculature of his arms. He too has a large hammer, but unlike the war style of the Thane, this one appears to be much more of a blacksmith's style hammer. Blazoned within it are a number of runes kind of carefully etched into its head and haft. You don't know who this individual is, but he has his back to you currently.
Thrungi says quietly, just as he notices him, he's more than likely the forge smith.
Ah! Welcome! Glad you could join us! The two kind of turn around. The one you hadn't met before, you now see, has a steely grey beard. Like it's made of like steel wool, almost is how it looks. And his eyes are incredibly creasy. He appears to be quite an aged man, but doesn't look weaker for it. Full of experience, but not lost any of his youth. You do good work. Too good, if you ask me. Took a lot of the bastards down before I could.
You get what you pay for.
Huh. If I remember correctly, I didn't pay for anything. It would seem for the second time in as many days, this city, possibly dwarven kind as a whole, is in your debt. Your bravery and skill at arms have returned a great relic to us all. Once again, Carrot Grungon will be the jewel of the West. And yet, I am loath to be in any person's debt. More so in the debt of other races other than dwarves. Kind of looks you all up and down. And weighs his next words carefully. Kind of pivots his hand onto the half of his hammer and was like, a piece of confidence resides within it. To that end, if it is within the power of those assembled here, what favour would you ask returned to you?
Thrungi just looks at Nyah.
Step forward and draw the cursed sword, kind of show it. If it would be in your power, which I think it might be, we would ask for you to allow us to reforge this sword.
The old muscular dwarf, who you kind of piece together now, as Thrungi mentioned, this guy has the look of a blacksmith about him. Takes a step forward. He goes, "If I may." He begins to look it over, and is incredibly inspective of it. He is taking his time, and seems to just let the conversation pass him by in the meantime. So, as to I understand it, your arrival here is not for purely altruistic means.
No, it is not.
Appreciated a bit of honesty up front, but I suppose discretion has its own valor. Is that all you wish? The simple sword to be reforged?
Yes. Not a simple sword, as you might have seen.
The blacksmith speaks up. He goes, "She's right. This thing is enchanted beyond most. Unlike any dwarven thing I've ever seen. Where'd you find it?"
Found it in a dark place, called out to me. Turns out it was a demon calling out inside the sword.
You're telling me... Thane speaks up. You're telling me you brought a cursed demon sword into my city?
Now the demon is long slayed, but it does wish to make a return, which is why we wish to put something else in the sword and reforge it so that it may do some good.
Tasnir turns around. What good do you believe can come of such a wicked blade?
We are on the path right now to face an evil that threatens every land, including your own. For that, we need to become stronger. This sword had great power when it was evil. When turned to good, I can only imagine that it will do even better.
How do you intend to turn an artifact imbued with the very essence of the most evil place in the plains to good? Do you have something that can alter its nature?
I've been thinking about this, where I do not have a certain answer, but I serve the goddess of fate. And without explanation of what it was, she gave me this. And I'll bring my crystal out from under my chainmail. I believe this potentially might be something that can help.
As you hand over this, Tasnir, may I take a...
Yes.
There's a moment of hesitation as you go to hand it to her. Just an instinctive, slight hold on to the item. For two reasons. first of all, you were handed this by your patron, and even if you're not conscious about it, you are protective of it. But secondly, that nagging thought in your head that you had previously, you are unsure what this means for you personally in terms of your commitment to the path you are on if you follow down this road. And yeah, Tasnia takes it off you. It's cocked. Streaks it over. The words you speak might be true. I'm not certain what exactly is contained within here, but there is some divine essence, being, element contained within this that may prove effective enough at what you achieve. Provided Rune Master Grumhilt here believes he can refashion the blade. At that point, he looks up and goes, "Aye, Elvish design's got nothing on us dwarves. I can do something. I'll make it better." Thane, Hollison kind of eases himself up. You can see that like he's taken a bit of a beating. It did look like they fought some stuff down here, and he's like got a little of a bruise, but just tries to hide it. Well then, it seems like your favour is within the powers of those present. But how long do you think it will take? The Rune Master looks up. Assuming I can get it done, a day at most. Once we've opened the forge, anyway. Well, looks like you'll be sticking around for a few days then. At least a day more. If you have need of anything of us in the meantime, please reach out.
Nyah will bow, which is not something she does often, and she'll go, "Thank you. It is not often one comes across blood that is both noble and just."
Aye. And he settles back down. Bardher, the Rune Master, and Tasnia both head off together, holding your blade and your pendant. And you are still escorted out of the inner city, as thankful as and appreciative of everything you have done. Dwarves are still sticklers for tradition as much as they can be. And you are taken back to the Stone Apple, where things have died down since you left. But Garrick does mention that he's expecting tonight might be a rowdy one, now that everyone knows you're here, and some people might want to hear elements of that story again. So, if you're up for it, your drinks are probably going to be on the house all night. But, what would you like to do?
I was going to quietly approach Nyah and give her the little carved, I think it was a carved bone necklace that they were given back in Vandis by an old crone. Everybody told them not to approach. Just to replace a little crystal.
Roll me an Arcana check, Rambear.
Oh,
it could be a bad thing.
This is the first time you've looked at that since then, and
me.
I keep forgetting about it.
Yeah, 16.
16.
Immediately recast.
Call it some kind of interesting glitch. You suddenly realise what that thing will do.
No.
I don't have an item for it on D&D Beyond, but it is a consumable item that when you roll a natural 1, you can re-roll the die.
Yeah, I can definitely have this.
Well, that's really nice. Thank you,
Yeah.
Rambear.
No action or anything like that. It's just if you roll a natural 1, you can decide to re-roll it. Then the item becomes inert and it is just a bone necklace. But
Little tiny. Nice. It's a bit more macabre than my usual style, but yeah, thank you.
I'd forgotten I gave you that. You spent so long running through Vandis, I forgot you got anything.
This is the only
Other
thing
than
that we stopped for. Yeah.
Anything else people would like to do?
Thrungi just goes upstairs and just sleeps.
Yeah. We're all probably very tired.
I will say,
Would Thrungi like to give them, you got like identifying bracelets or something from the dwarves in the temple? Right?
you picked up some.
Picked out like
mementos.
a locket and
Yeah, you picked up.
that's a tomorrow problem.
You picked up a locket from the dwarfs in the temple down by the Smith's Forum and a bracelet containing a bunch of names.
That's tomorrow's problem.
I will also say, your skin, as you've said, is blackened and broken and will not be repaired without magic. This is your aesthetic now until you choose otherwise.
Well,
No,
and
no.
You'll regain hit points and everything perfectly fine.
until he has weeks and months of healing, yeah.
But yeah, cosmetically, this is how you look. You now have Thrungi's alternate skin. You have successfully unlocked that.
Basically just like magma cracks.
You look a little bit like one of the lava elementals you fought.
Yeah, that's how I pictured it.
Like a short one. Same width, but just shorter. Well, if there's nothing anyone wants to do, the tavern does get very busy. As soon as the sun sets, basically, people are piling in.
Popular.
And just having a good time. People are sharing your story already, which means it's probably got about 4 different endings by now. And different arguments as to who was actually in the lava, because people can't remember shit. Is anybody wanting to engage in anything, whether in the tavern, elsewhere in the city, or we can skip forward?
I think I'm happy with just like drinking and retelling the story when people come up to me and just, yeah.
Like every
Nothing
time you
too
drink,
crazy.
does it change a little bit every time you drink, so that eventually all the different endings in the story, like that they're telling each other, are actually ones you've told?
The more drunk I get, the more ridiculous lies I start spreading.
There is myths galore of the 3 non-dwarfs and the oath-sworn dwarf that will go down probably in as weird contradictory myths for years to come.
What was the speaker dude?
Oh,
On his
Hold
title.
Scald Break-In.
Which version did he hear, crucially?
He sought you out specifically to get the story, so that is entirely up to you what you tell him.
If I'm the one telling, I'm assuming I'm telling him the correct one, but
He sought you out as a group.
I don't know if I'm. Yeah.
As a group. What story does he get?
He doesn't get us going through the tunnel of death as wind several times and just getting pinged right back. He doesn't hear about that. He hears that
Leave that
Balthazar
out.
ran through heroically and broke down the door immediately, first try, no issues. I think we did an okay enough job. That aside.
But other than that, it's the truth. Embellished truth, but the truth.
Start spreading that Rambear is actually a cursed, lost fae that's been cursed in the shape of a bear.
Rambear's gonna wild shape to prove it every so often.
There are oohs and ahs aplenty There is a forest gnome that goes, nah, that doesn't sound right, and he's just booed down immediately because everyone is drunk enough and wants to believe it. After a few drinks and then a few more, eventually you all decide to head to bed. Some earlier than others, some later. And you start getting in a nice sleep. Nyah. As you're settling down, before you've even gone to sleep, Balthazar's still downstairs at this point. You've decided to head up a little early because your brain's been nagging you. That nagging thought in your brain becomes something else. Champion, are you to wield me in the name of destiny and fate?
Yes.
There's a conviction behind this voice. It's smooth and soft, but firm. I am Sakael. I've been sent to enact the will of fate. I am an angel of Matuya.
Oh, I am not being tricked yet again.
Do you not have faith?
Yes.
Do you commit to the path you've been walking down? I need confidence in the one I am to work with.
I am committed to protecting the fate of this world and of my friends.
Then know this. The blade of destiny. Keep me by your side and Our Lady in your heart, and together we shall guide the path of fate. And then the presence drifts away, and you are left with your own thoughts. Shortly afterwards, Balthazar arrives at the door. The sound of the tavern noise bringing you back into reality before he shuts the door and it quietens down again. Balthazar, you can see it on Nyah's face that she's a little out of it, almost.
I've had my share of bad dreams, so I don't question it.
Anything else from anyone? If not, you wake up the next day, long rest. Feel free to click that button. I think it's well deserved. Yes. Sorry, just bear with me a second.
wanted just to add that as he's been sleeping, the smell of Thrungi jerky filling the room has been very unpleasant for Rambear, and so they've been like spamming healing word at him, trying to get rid of some of the burn, some of the barbecue.
It doesn't have a great effect. It's seemingly something more intensive is going to be required for this. But it helps slightly with the odor. But you will surface. It seems like the partying kept going after you'd all gone to bed, and there's a few people still passed out in the tavern downstairs, but Garrick is up surprisingly early. And he's kind of doing a bit of cleanup. Who heads down first?
Yes, I'll get up.
I see.
Balthazar, you head down first. Hey!
Alright.
Would you mind if I tried to spin the whole thing? Make this the tavern where you lot stayed? Might be good for business.
I mean, it is the tavern where we stayed, so...
And hell, I'll tell
Would you
everyone
like?
you invented the sandwich.
I completely forgot about that.
Did invent the sandwich, this bastard!
I'll put your name on it. Speaking of which, what is your name?
My name's... or the group's.
I think I've got all of your individual names, but the groups, you adventuring types traditionally kind of go by monikers.
Yeah, at the guild we're known as the Goats of Wrath.
A little pretentious.
Because we had a pet goat.
Makes sense. Had?
We lost him.
I'm sorry.
The druid still thinks he can be found.
Well, hopefully. For all your sakes. I think you deserve a bit of fortune. Breakfast!
Breakfast.
Breakfast. He heads off into the kitchen, and quickly soon afterwards you can smell kind of pork beginning to cook. The smell wafts through.
I'm assuming I've asked for breakfast for all of us.
Yeah. You eventually all join Balthazar downstairs. A very nice breakfast is put on for you. A few people kind of surface at the smell as well and start asking for a bit, and they get smaller plates. But you are sat around the table. If there's anything in particular and if you wish to discuss. Thrungi still looks burnt to shit.
I considered telling them about my voice and stuff. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till I get the sword and confirm it.
I need to go to a temple. Or at least go back to the hearth. I need to find out what to do with these. And he pulls out the items.
Can you also maybe go get healed, Thrungi?
It'll vanish in time, but we'll see.
Maybe a lotion to neutralize any scents for sensitive noses. Just something to think about.
You have a whole merchant town to your disposal.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna... This Roderick did a terrible job. I think I need 1,000 gold pieces worth of oils and tinctures and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or I'm going back and investigating this.
Cool. While Thrungi heads up to the inner city to ask... Well, actually, where are you heading, Thrungi? You heading to the hearth or to the temple?
Does he know? He'll probably head towards the temple first.
Okay, so you'll head to the inner city. Rambear, roll me investigation.
It's a 13.
A 13. You spend a couple of hours working your way around the place, and you do get quite frustrated because it does feel like the significance of the oils and stuff you're going to need for this spell that you've partaken in once back at the Grove to know what you need. This doesn't feel like the place that you're going to get them. Whether that's because the components that you would be comfortable using are much more nature forest based, which isn't really attainable up here, or whether that this just isn't that kind of merchant town. It's much more focused on the standard stuff rather than the magical. I will say with the 13 you do find another 100 golds worth, just through a bit more pressing and knowing what exactly you're looking for where Roderick didn't. But you haven't got all of it to this yet.
Ah. Cute.
Is there anything anyone else would like to do?
I will just walk around, try and find like somewhere peaceful to kind of just wait.
I mean, if you're particularly restless, there is grand open fields out of the gate. And you have a new spell.
Yes. 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 I will go there and I will summon Alecto. Because now he's going to have beautiful cobwebby wings.
What?
Yes. He can fly.
My creepy Pegasus. I'm so happy for you.
Creepy Pegasus. Which really, like, does not go with my golden shiny aesthetic, but you know what? We complement each other.
You are a walking oxymoron. But you work it. Yeah, you spend the morning distracting yourself, feeling the wind through your hair in an entirely new way. As Electo gets comfortable with his new wings. I mean, he is magical, so he does it relatively quickly. But there's a few iffy starts, shall we say, between the two of you, experiencing a new side to things. But between your experience, your telepathic bond, it doesn't take long before you've got the attention of any dwarf on watch on the wall, shall we say. And yes, you have a new flying mount to make use of. Thrungi, you head up and you get to the temple. Tasnir is not there. But you do spot a pretty well healed up Hordmir. He's still got a few burns and other scars on him, but he seems to be alright. Oof. Yeah, that hasn't healed, has it?
Are you surprised?
No, I was just wondering whether you would have got anything done about it. But hey,
I'm here.
Yeah. I'm sure we can do something for you. Sure you don't want to keep it? It's kind of cool. Okay. He leads you to a back room where not a back room, a side room, I should say, where a higher ranking member of the clergy, along with him, tends to your wounds, uses some salves, and some extensive healing magic to start a significant amount of healing on it. Essentially the equivalent of a heal spell does go into you, which isn't going to fully undo the crusting, but it does greatly reduce it to the point of you wouldn't need something of that power to kind of complete the process. A few days of cure wounds like magic would complete the process. A little better?
I can move without suddenly weeping, so that's a good one.
Yeah, and the tattoos are showing up again. They're pretty stubborn tattoos. Where'd you get them?
With the guild.
Ah. Very well. Anything else we can help you with?
Nope. Oh, yes.
Ah.
And he pulls out the items.
Huh. So you're picking these up. Do you want to try and get them back to their rightful owners, I assume?
Of course.
We can do that for you. Hopefully there's some sort of lineage to get them back to. If not, we'll take care of them nonetheless. Sure they're buried correctly.
Good.
Thank you again. It's not true what they say about Oathsworn. At least. Not the one I've met. And he puts out an arm to grab your forearm.
Yeah, reciprocates.
You're welcome here anytime. And you head back off. Where would you like to go? You're still in the inner city at this point, if there's anywhere you'd like to go within here, or you can head back out.
Did Thrungi know about the stuff Rambear was looking for?
I'd say... Well, Rambear.
I would say that he saw me collecting Vent's finger, or toe, or whatever weird part of my took. He knows... It's in a bag of colding.
Yeah, I just know, I'm fairly confident I wrote down what you took.
I think it was a finger.
Wow, I didn't actually write it down. I've just got that Jean took his head.
Yeah, Sean took his head. Well, he took his face bit.
Yeah.
He probably grabbed a whole hand. I have got it on.
Yeah, you do have a piece of him. I'm not denying that.
I've got a chunk of it.
I was just trying
Yeah,
to
I
check
feel
whether I
like-
knew what it was.
I feel like Thrungi would have probably realised that we weren't saving it for, like, snacking on.
Okay.
I don't know. Thrungi's quite stoic, so maybe he wouldn't have asked what we needed, but I think you know.
While before Thrungi heads off, he would probably ask. The bear wants to try and bring someone back, and is needing stuff for it. Do you know where I can find items?
I mean, we've got some stuff here. Not on the business of just handing them out. We carry a number of diamonds that we've pulled out of the mines here in the past. Is that the kind of thing you're looking for?
I have no idea. It's out of my wheelhouse.
Nah. I can't help you more than that. I'm sorry, man.
So be it. That's fine. It's alright.
Well, so please, you're all welcome back in Karakorangon as far as I'm concerned anytime.
Thank you. And then he'll head off.
Cool. You head back off. You head outside and Yeah, your perception is high enough. You notice something out of the corner of your eye flying around outside of the walls, and you see kind of the glint of gold in it. Seems like Nyah's got a flying horse.
He just shakes his head.
Balthazar, is there anything you would like to do?
Can I be wandering the markets for a jeweler's?
A
to get more
jeweler's?
diamonds? Yeah, more
Sure.
diamonds.
You want more diamonds? Sure. There is a jeweler's that deals in small gems. You may potentially find some stuff in there. What exactly are you looking for?
Anything up to 700 gold worth of diamonds.
Take a look around. There isn't that much in here. It does seem to be quite controlled, and obviously they didn't actually have the mines fully open because they were in the Undercity, so they didn't have full access. For the sake of brevity, because I'm aware we've got a bit of a deadline tonight, roll me an investigation check.
That's 11.
11. You find 2 serviceable diamonds, each one worth about 100 gold.
Okay. That was all I wanted to do.
Okay. They're not very big. Like, diamonds are expensive still, so they're like this big diamonds. Cool. You spend most of the day pottering around, taking a little bit of a break. It's thankfully quite nice weather. There's the odd dot of cloud in the sky, and a autumnal breeze coming through, but late summer, early autumn sunshine is beating down, and in a pleasant way, compared to the heat you put up with yesterday. It's not until dusk that you eventually get the call to return to the inner city, and are taken to the Thane's throne room, wherein the same 3 individuals that you had spoken to the day before are there. All Tasnir and Gromhilt, Bardho Gromhilt, appear to have, for dwarves anyway, expressive faces right at this moment. There is a look of pride, intense pride in their demeanour. Both of them appear a little tired. You get the feeling, Balthazar, looking at them, they haven't slept since about noon yesterday. They've been working for a solid 18 hours at this point. But in the hands of Rune Master Gromhilt is... it looks small in his hands. Delicate almost. A black cloth wrapped item. Thane Halson just looks at you guys. Well, never say I don't deliver on a promise. By the excellent work of the Rune Priest and Rune Master here, I believe your request is complete. And Rune Master Gromhilt unfolds the wrapping, and lying there is the same sword you handed him, but different. Instead of a pointed dueling rapier like it was before, it is now a slightly curved saber, a broader blade, still made of apparently forged spider silk in appearance. It is much more of a slashing blade than it was a piercing blade before. Where before the runes on it appeared dark, now you reminisce on them these appear starker and cleaner. There is a combination of Dwarven rune here and Celestial runes here. The Onyx pommel and kind of hand wrap is still much the same. It still seems to be made of the same kind of spider leather hand grip. But where once was a ruby on the base is now a deep purple amethyst. And you hear a familiar voice whisper in your head. Together. Do you take the blade?
Can I take the blade? I take the blade. I'll test out the balance in my hand and I kind of like the feel of it.
It is masterful, simply put. To the point, it could still be used as a dex weapon. You could still use it as a dueling blade. But it is now better suited to one using heavier strikes, like you prefer to do.
I will bow to them and go, there are truly no words to describe the perfection of this job you have completed. I am deeply grateful.
I won't lie. One of my prouder works. He looks at Thrungi for a second. Partially because I got to fix an elvish design. Holding onto this blade, when you previously held it, there was a sense of anxiety and paranoia that you wouldn't have noticed, but you noticed it when you weren't wielding it, essentially. It was that feeling that the rest of the party were out to get you. What you were doing was stupid, or there were better ways to wield the power you had. Now you have an intense, calm focus. It centers you and brings you back to the journey and the point of everything you've done up till now. You feel like you are continuing on the right path. And the final element, where previously, once you were holding onto the blade, it seemed to almost coat itself in a yellow venom of some kind. Instead, now you notice that it just begins to coil a faint mist off the blade instead. If you would like to go remove the Silken Spite dormant weapon from your inventory and add Silken Destiny Awakened variant.
Oh, that's a cool name. Goodbye, Silken Spite. You were nice.
And with your business concluded here, you head out of the inner city, back to the Stone Apple, to get your equipment and figure out what you're going to do next. I think we'll end the session there. And we're probably going to be going on a little bit of a break, but what comes next should be quite fun. So, until we see you next time, see ya.